So just a couple of weeks to go now until the 2024 Great Electric Train Show takes place at the Marshall Arena in Milton Keynes. That's on October 12th and 13th, 2024. Now we've come to see Pete Waterman and the Railnuts to see the latest progress on Watford Junction and find out what's happening behind the scenes.
So the cathedral for us this year was very difficult because we weren't due to be there. So we took Watford that we'd built as part of the world record attempt, the Guinness Book of Record attempt, because that's all we had. We had no time to do anything special this year for Chester, but we hadn't taken Watford to Chester, so we thought it would work. It was only when we got there that Phil and I realised it didn't work the way that we'd always wanted our layouts to work for the shows. So we knew we were committed to Milton Keynes, and we just knew that we couldn't take the Watford that we showed at the cathedral to Milton Keynes because it didn't work. It wasn't that it was wrong, it was just that when you see the enormity of Milton Keynes, which got such a great reception, to take a station that's arguably got more going on even than Milton Keynes, but was just basically a flat surface, it didn't work. So Phil and I had made the decision that we would completely change Watford so that what we'd had at the cathedral wouldn't be what we took to the Great Electric Train Show. It would be a completely different situation. So what we did was we started to build the big tall flats, which are being built at Watford now. They're not even finished, so that the youngsters could see how easy it was to build. And Phil started about building the station, and I think we've gone back to what we originally wanted to do. And I think that when we get to the Great Electric Train Show, you'll see that once again we've pushed back all the bounds. We've done something that's completely different. There's basically, this is the station. You can see we're still working on it. Got another week's work on this. That's 1,000 pieces. So when you work out that we've still got all the overground platforms to put in and ballast and put the third rail in, you can see we've built all these trees and we've got 2 more blocks of flats to go in. You'll see, compared with what we showed even on the Milton Keynes layout, this is a bigger adventure than we've ever tried before. I mean, this is an enormous task. And of course, we've only had 4 weeks in which to build it. So we left Chester a fortnight ago, and I mean, this has taken Phil a week just to design and probably 3 weeks to cut, and he's been poorly as well. So, but we wanted to go to Getz with something that people went, wow, because what we've changed is the scale of modelling. This is showing you how big real railways are. When you think that this railway was big that we built over the last 4 years, when you suddenly see buildings like this, and there's a block of flats this tall, you realise that in reality the railway is tiny. It's just a small part of the infrastructure. And I mean, if you look at these trees, which are there, and they're all scale. These are, Phil made me make these trees because they're there. They're not small bushes, they're big trees. But there's still a lot to do. There's still a hell of a lot to do. So, got to finish the station up, put the windows in, all the floors and all the cladding, platforms in for the overground, rail, got to fit the rail, there's house gardens, there's fences. You can see I've made all the steel fencing so far. There's road markings to go on the roads. There's the forecourt at the front. That's all paving stone, like exactly like Milton Keynes. There's a lot to do, and I'm not going to kid anybody, it's going to be completely finished for gits. It ain't, but it won't look like this, and you'll see us, well, certainly you'll see one or two of us still working on it at gits. That was the whole idea of showing things like this. We hope that the youngsters can see this is Lego. This is only like Lego, and if you work, because it all clicks together. So it may take you time to do, but it's only super glue. There's no filing to do. It all clicks together. And this is a massive structure. I wouldn't expect anybody to start with this, but you start with a shed, or you start with a signal box. You start with anything like that Phil does. You click it together. And there's something about the infrastructure that is actually as satisfying as building, railway buildings, as building trains. Let's not kid ourselves. This piece here is as big a task as we've ever taken on before. And I guess currently with, Rod Stewart's layout in all the magazines and people talking about, this is our version of a modern America, which is what it is basically. We've taken modelling up here in height-wise, where we've always modelled down here, and suddenly that's not as important as up here, sort of thing. And it looks different. It looks like a railway. I know Phil's one of the rail nuts, but what Phil's done here is amazing. It just, these buildings, I know he works with us, and I know he sells stuff, but I can't, I've been doing this for 40 years. I've had a company making model railways for 30 years. This is a different ballgame. This is, without a doubt, better than 90% of the stuff that you see on the market worldwide. I mean, it's in a class of its own, and it's there. He cares about it. He's passionate about it. He gets it right. When we chuck this challenge of this building at him, it's a very challenging building, because you can see there's all cladding goes in here, so it's all shaped so the water runs off. It's a hell of a challenge, as you can see on the corners, but amazing. And that enables us to model it, and you look at it and you think, well, when I started modelling, did I ever think that we'd be building stuff like this? No, we don't, but now you can.
So as you can see, there's some fantastic progress here on the expansion of Making Tracks 4, and some stunning buildings that are being created, which have been literally handcrafted to suit this layout. Now you can see Making Tracks 4 and another 30 layouts at the 2024 Great Electric Train Show. That takes place on October the 12th and 13th at the Marshall Arena in Milton Keynes. We've also got 50 trade stands. That includes 12 different manufacturer stands as well. Plus we've got demonstrations, and you can find out full details about the event at keymodelworld.com/Great Electric Train Show. Discount advance tickets are still on sale. You can buy them direct from us, get your advance tickets, save a little bit over the price on the door. Alternatively, if you do want to turn up on the day, you can buy a ticket when you arrive at the venue. We hope you enjoyed this update on Making Tracks 4, and we look forward to seeing you at the Great Electric Train Show.